Yo, what's up, my crypto legends? How is everyone doing? How is everyone doing? I guess everyone's a little bit scared of this price action. Are we going to see some major opportunities? Are we going to come to much lower levels? We're going to talk about what I did talk about today on today's video, where we can see massive spikes in volume. Okay, once we have a capitulation event. Are we going to see a capitulation event in the near future for Bitcoin? It might not be this week. It might be not, maybe not next week, maybe in the next couple of months. All right. If we were in this bear market, okay, we still got 30K level. All right. We are starting to see, a lot of hopium out there, saying that this right over here is a higher low still. It is a higher low, right, on the weekly. So yeah, I mean, we analyze the situation. We're going to see what's happening. Also, SP 500 right now opening, okay, and we are losing major level right now. We are losing a major level here on the SP 500, and I'm going to go through the comment section straight away. Okay, give me 1 second. We can see the SP 500 is losing this major level, as you can see here on the chart. And yeah, we basically gone through the 4,350 points, which has been a major resistance and support level. As you can see here on the VPVR, it's a big spike here, point of control right there. And we are currently just losing that level. We have a big gap. So we could see a massive fall also on the S&P 500, in between today and tomorrow, all the way down to the 4,250 points, where we do have our next major support level, as you can see here, with a big spike also on the VPVR. So it's just a big waterfall. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Are we going to see a relief rally soon? We don't really know. Everything is looking very bearish. Bitcoin dominance up at, it's at 42.1%, having massive pumpy action in the last few days. You know the deal. When Bitcoin drops like this, when there's uncertainty, a lot of the altcoins go back into Bitcoin. People get scared. They want the safer crypto, which is Bitcoin eventually, and a massive drop. And this is why we're having this, pump on the Bitcoin dominance. I also strongly believe that the Bitcoin dominance will fall down, will go down to 30%. We just don't know really when that is going to happen. And, between now and then, anything could happen. We could come as high as 44-45%. Also, still dropping in the market. So yeah, guys, make sure to smash up that like button. All right, people that are on their way in, make sure to smash up the like button. 160 watching at this moment. Let's try and get this live stream to 100 likes now in the next few seconds. Will be absolutely insane. And let me just go here quickly through the comment section. Let's see how the S&P 500 is reacting to this opening. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Is there volatility? Are we going to have a massive pump or a massive dump? This is the S&P 500 right now. Let me go through the comment section, say hello right away here. Right, let me say hello to my community. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody is safe. I hope you do have some USDT on the sidelines, just in case. I'm not buying anything yet. I am not buying anything yet, okay, of my USDT that I've had on the sidelines. Just in case, I don't like to buy in when the price is dropping like this. I like to buy in when, there's a little bit of sideways action, when the whales kind of accumulate, right? That sideways action I want to get in. I don't want to try and catch a falling knife. I know dips are for buying, but yeah, no one really knows if this dips is going to continue or not. So yeah, there's maybe going to be better buying opportunities, guys. This is only what I think. I'm not buying just yet. Could we get a massive bounce from here and have a reversal in the next coming weeks? It could happen. It could happen. I want to see a little bit of sideways action, guys. Right, let's take a look. I'm loving the thumbnail, Andy. Yes, you got that right. You got that right. McDonald's. Yeah, that was a picture taken this morning from work. Best thumbnail seen so far on YouTube, says Bram. Yes. Dream is over. Let's get back to work. Working and accumulation. You got that right, guys. I mean, if you're not going to get rich, best time to get rich, okay? best time to make good gains, all right? Never mind rich. Let's just say good gains. Let's, a good position in money. Is you want to buy in, at these levels. It might take a couple of years, just so, all these people that are really sad about the dip, what's going on. I have a bunch of people talking to me, friends, not so friends, family. What's going on with the price? Are you safe? Are you okay? Yes, of course I am okay. You do have to have some dollars on the sidelines, not invested, me personally, 100% in crypto, almost 100%, but yeah, I would say 70%. It's always good to have, a bunch of dollars. And, if we do have a bear market at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, bear markets in cryptos are just a couple of years. All right. And I'm not sure if we are going to have that extensive bear market for Bitcoin and rest of the crypto. But if it, the money is made here. Why is the money made here? Because you accumulate here, and you supposedly sell, on your way up, or on your sideways action on your way up. Okay. So if we were to, go to those crazy levels of 20K, and I'm not sure if we are going to go down that low, but if we do go to 20K or 10K, it will be the best opportunity to buy back up, guys. It will be the best opportunity if that happens in the next coming months, and you start going sideways. That will be the moment you have the opportunity to buy really cheap Bitcoin, especially under $30,000. We don't really know if we are going to go below the last all-time high. It doesn't usually go back below the last all-time high. Okay, looking at the cycles, could it be the first time we will be dipping below 20,000 and maybe hitting $10,000? It could happen. It could happen. All right. Let's just not say that is impossible, because it is possible. But it will be the best accumulation. It will be the best opportunity you will have, because Bitcoin in the future, very, very likely, I'm not going to say 100%, but it's, almost guaranteed that it will come back up the all-time high, 69K, and will hit 100K, right? So if you did get into crypto here and you are in a current loss right now, just think that you might be, you are entering a golden opportunity for the near future. Okay. You're in late. Most of the people are in late because people buy in when everything's going up. It is, it's just human nature. You buy in when everything's looking absolutely great, and you walk away when things are not looking good. And it should be the other way around. Okay. Just a quick reminder that, best moments to buy in is when, it's not looking good at all. So let me go through the comment section. It is currently me on the picture. So painful. I am still holding but down 50%, says Seb B. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Maybe it's going to take a few years till you make multiple gains, guys. All right. We need to go with the cycles. And haha, thumbnail, says Pratik. Yeah, you got that right. Lol, I'm down 99%, Chief, waiting for the drop to buy and hodl and on a ledger. Whoa, 99% down. Right. Hello, Joseph. Thank you very much for joining. Mark Dutch. Thank you. Burger Flipper. How are you doing, Crypto Legends? Thank you, Mark, for joining. Thank you, Joseph. My moderators here already in the comment section. We are doing terrible, Andy. But it will get better. Obviously, it will. When there's good times, prepare for bad times. When there's bad times, prepare for good times. Okay. I think Bitcoin's having a pretty nice pump right now. Let me just check out. We were talking about these. A potential relief rally. If you ask me, I'm not in any position right now on Bybit. By the way, if you are interested, you know the deal. You got the best bonus available down below on Bybit, up to $4,100. It's another way to support the channel. And I am not in any trade right now. I haven't been trading for a couple of days. I'm a little bit on the sidelines. Because, I don't want to predict a bottom and try and long here, because I don't know how, this waterfall, I want to go with the trend. The trend is down, so I would be looking for shorts right now. It is true that there, like I mentioned today, that we have, you know, these bullish divergence right now, and you know, a potential relief rally soon is very, very likely in between today and tomorrow. Once we have that relief rally, it might be a good shorting opportunity because the trend is still insanely to the downside. Looking at the 4 hourly, the daily, it doesn't matter. We do have a very, very strong macro trend since November. So let's go with the trend, and we need to spot those major resistance zones. My strongest resistance zone right now here, looking at BTC, is at 37.5 range, okay? Between $37,000 and $38,000 is my strongest point of resistance. Why is it your strongest point of resistance? Well, it's my strongest point of resistance because of the lows that we do have here from back in August. We have a higher low right there. So that is definitely a major, major range. And also it is, let's take a look at fib levels now from the high to the low. Yeah, between 38% is already starting to be strong resistance, okay? From the high to the low. That is, if we do not continue lower, the fib might go lower. But also there's very, very high volume. This is looking at the 4 hourly. We can go back down to the 1 hourly and check out the volume. But you know, we've got two major big candles right over here. These are usually very, very strong as resistance. Once you come up, and I'll give you an example right away, okay, that happened a couple of weeks ago. Now, once we have this recovery here, potentially, if we do have a recovery, okay, it doesn't mean that we need to have a recovery, but if we do have that recovery, that will be a nice, you know, juicy area to see if we're going to short. If we do have that recovery coming all the way up to $37,000, $38,000 range, okay, plus minus $1,000. Remember, a lot of volatility. We do count the volatility also, so it's not an exact target. This candle over here, for example, let me just get the fib level so you can see. On the 4 hourly, we can take a look at the 1 hourly. Also, even better, on the 1 hourly, we do have a confirmed big volume and big candle right there. I am very interested in volume and big candles. We can clearly see that Bitcoin didn't manage to get above this major end of the 1 hourly candle right there. Let me just get a ray right there, which is the close of this 1 hourly candle. Look how we touched it as perfection, right? I wouldn't short there because we're very, very low. If we would have gone a little bit higher, I potentially would have shorted. But yeah, that was already, you know, massively rejected to that exact 1 hour candle, 1 hourly candle with this massive amount of volume. What usually happens when you do have this sideways action and these bullish divergence, you might see, you know, a potential strong relief rally, you know, and that will maybe be a very, very good opportunity for shorting, guys. What is a big, strong level? Let me just put this in red, purpley, kind of pinky color, and also this 1 hourly right there. Okay, let's just say that these are the 1 hourly major strong resistance levels because of the volume, right? You can already see that confirmation right there. So if we do have, you know, that kind of relief rally in the, you know, in the next coming couple of days, this is the point, you know, in between 36.5 and 38.5 is going to be a major zone of a potential short. Okay, obviously I will say on the channel, on the live stream, or on my daily update, you know, I've shorted, I've longed, but that is the area that I'm looking at right now, guys. Because, you know, longing right here only because of the bullish divergence is a little bit crazy. This could still continue much lower, and you know, shorting from here, you are basically shorting the very last point of the trend, right? And I said the same yesterday. You know, I don't want to short here because it's the very end, but even though, you know, it still came down, it can still come lower. But you might see a massive short squeeze also. You might see a massive pump, all right? And, you know, if you over leveraged, you might get stopped out if you do have, you know, small relief rallies to the upside. So just being patient. It's all right if you don't trade for a couple of days. It's absolutely fine. We need to spot the good opportunities. And yeah, basically that would be the area that I would be looking at, all depending on what kind of price action. If the volume is low also, while we are coming up all the way up here, we see some massive big wicks as rejection. And looking at the 1 hourly, that would be a great area in my opinion. I'm talking about that 38.3, you know, if you might hit that range where you do have this consolidation above this box. Okay, so I would say somewhere around this level, then between this box and this volume, this candle here with high volume, that would be a great area right there. Till we reach there, it might be today, tomorrow, we might not even reach there. But this is why you need to be patient. You need to wait for the price to come to you and see some good reaction. Now, you know, a good example here where I did short this was mentioned on the channel, is this level over here. Look at this, okay? Just a quick example, and this was just a couple of weeks back. We had the massive drop right over here. Nice, you know, slightly lower lows. This is potentially what is happening right now. Okay? You are creating these divergences. You are going lower, slightly lower, but the bears are losing a little bit of steam here. You are creating these divergences, higher lows. This is potentially what is happening right now, where, you know, bears are going to start losing some steam here, maybe continuing making lower lows, but you are creating higher lows on the RSI, and you will have maybe that relief rally, just like what happened right over here. It doesn't mean that we need to make the exact same. But yeah, once you have that relief rally, it might be a good opportunity for shorting. And like I showed you with volume, yeah, let me just zoom in here on the 1 hourly. Like I showed you with volume, look at the highest volume right there. You got this one and this one, okay? Nice big candles with very high volume. Look at the end of this candle with this volume. Look how the price of BTC got heavily resistant, heavily rejected. That would have been a great shorting opportunity. I actually shorted that. You can check the video from the 30th of January. Okay, I did place a short here and took profits all the way down here because I was thinking on longing just slightly below this range. I didn't catch that long position, but you know, that was a great shorting opportunity. And this is something very similar right now that I am looking for. Is it going to play out? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we're going to go lower from here. Maybe we're going to retest $32,000 already, or even $30,000 in the next coming hours. I don't know. I don't care. I will react to the price. Now, like I showed you here, we're already starting to see something similar to what happened here the first week of January. First and second week, sorry, right there. Okay, we've got those bullish divergence. We might be seeing some kind of relief rally. We're looking at those major volumes, all right? Those major volumes. Look at this first one, you know, potentially you are going to reach that first volume, and it would be around about the 50% Fibonacci retracement, okay? If it all aligns like this area, this was also another reason that I shorted this, was golden pocket right there. From the highs to the lows, you know, we hit that 61%, 618, golden pocket, you know. I had Fibonacci, we had volume, everything was pointing out there, you know. I maybe had another more confluence, more indicators. I can't remember right now, but just by looking at this, you know, it was a great shorting opportunity right there. So if we zoom in right over here to the price action, to what is happening right now, we got fib levels from where does the drop start? Basically, the drop starts there because all of this is sideways action. So on the 1 hourly, fib levels from the high to the lows, from the highs to the lows, right there, okay, 61%, 618 is all the way up at the 39.4. I'm not saying we cannot reach there. It's going to be very difficult for BTC to reach those levels because we do have a lot of resistance at 37.5, 38.3, like I showed you with this massive volume. Something that I do like, that the very back of the volume, the back of this candle with high volume is round about that golden pocket range, right? So it's going to be hard, because maybe a lot, in this case, it will be hard because we do have a lot of strong resistance above us. And you might be waiting for a shorting opportunity all the way up here at the golden pocket at the very back of this massive candle with volume, you know, where basically the strongest resistance is just below $40,000 basically. And you might not reach those levels. Why won't you reach those levels? Because you do have, you know, a lot of resistance before reaching that range, okay? You've 50%, you know, the 50% retracement, which is also a good area of resistance from the top to the low. And you also have this massive candle. The very end is the 38.3. So yeah, 38.2, 38.3 is already a good area with a lot of confluence that you might see some wicks and some reactions. If you wick all the way up to golden pocket, come back down and consolidate, maybe that it will be a sign of shorting and going with the trend. Just looking at some potential opportunities, guys. Now, it doesn't mean we need to go up there. We might roll down from these levels, okay? But I'm not interested. I'm not interested in shorting here. I'm not interested in longing. Not yet. Not yet. Let me go through the comment section. Make sure to smash up that like button, guys. We've got 100 likes, 300 watching. So, yeah. Now, let me ask a poll. I really enjoy the polls. Let me just ask here. You know, we are 33.5. You know, what comes first? What comes first? Right. Let me just think here. What comes first? I'm gonna say 38K range. Okay, 38K range or 30K range. Let's go with 37. Yeah, because then it's half and half. From 33.5, yeah, half is 37K. So I'll go with 37K and 30K. I'm going to say 37K. What comes first, 37K range or 30K? Let me know, guys, in the comment section. You got the poll right there, and I'm going to go through. The comment right now, okay? So just to say hello. Yeah, you can't see such thumbnail anywhere else. You got that right, Joseph. Pratik, how are you doing, my man? I'm doing absolutely great, guys. Traditional markets open. Hey, Andy says, Dremena, traditional markets open. What's going on? It's having a little bit of a drop right now. SP500, it's having a little bit of dumpy action, a little bit of volatility. This is what usually happens, you know, the first half an hour. There are a lot of opportunities for pro scalpers, okay? I remember used to scalp quite a lot S&P, more trading into Bitcoin. I swing trade sometimes, day trade S&P, not in any trade position right now. But yeah, first half an hour is absolutely great for opportunities if you know how to spot different resistance. You need to get ready though to mark those major levels, and yeah, it's just it's not easy. It's not easy. What is going to happen to the S&P? I think, you know, we are potentially going to continue down, maybe to retest that, you know, 4,260 range potentially. Yeah, this is the strongest range that I see right now on the S&P, in between 4,230 and 4,260 range is where I see most of, you know, with this massive point of control with the VPVR. I think it might be relatively easy to get down there. Lambo is delayed. Yes, true. We are doing terrible. Happy meal, please. Yes. Right away, Mark Dutch. Burger flipper. Andy, please, up or down? That's what I need an answer to. Well, I'm going to say immediate short term. I'm going to say up, okay? I mean, all depending on S&P 500, you know, it does have like a freeway right now all the way down here. It's just not much support on the S&P till we get to around about that 4,260 points. So it could drop easily another 30, 40 points in the next, you know, hours potentially. Let's see if we are going to have that relief rally. But yeah, very hard to know. Like I said, I don't know what we're going to do. We can take a look at the probabilities, and like I showed you just a few minutes ago, probabilities is that if we do have that relief rally potentially hitting $38,000, that is going to be a very, very, very strong resistance zone, guys. I would potentially want to look for a short, okay, at those levels personally. So trend is macro to the downside, and there is a possibility that we will get that relief rally now because of these you're starting to find a little bit of a round formation here with these bullish divergence, something very, very similar to what happened here, right? Look what happened right over here on the 8th, 9th of January. Slightly lower lows here. Boom, 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 boom. Slightly lower lows we could see in the next coming hours. Relief rally. Relief rally right there. Continuation of the trend. Continuation of the trend. So yeah, that's we want to try and react to the price. So yeah. Smash that like button, Crypto Alchemist. Thank you very much for joining, my man. The S&P looking so bad. Yeah, the drop can be very, very heavy. Hi, Andy. Hello, Andres. How are you doing? Hello. Hey, bro, you're already invested in KASTA, so I know you believe in it. What about VPAD? Is it as solid as KASTA and worth to be invested in? If yes, do they both have 100x potential, says Ben Murat. Well, of course they have. I mean, KASTA is absolutely great. It's totally going to revolutionize the payment system, okay, for your everyday cup of coffee, for your everyday payments. All right, short payments, $1, $10, $50,000, all of these payments with fast transactions, easy engine. I want to receive Ethereum, you can pay in Bitcoin. There's no application, not even crypto.com, none of these applications make free transactions and as fast as the KASTA application that is getting launched very, very soon. So it's definitely a very, very competitive product. People might think, yeah, but Celsius does this, or I mean crypto.com and all of these different applications, crypto applications that you can change fiat, buy crypto and rest of it, but none of them as fast and as cheap, or as free as KASTA. So yeah, definitely a good, very, very good potential on KASTA, no doubt about that. VPAD is also very, very good project. Okay, the good thing about VPAD is that it's a launch pad, right? Where you need the VPAD tokens. You need to stake them. You need to have them. I'm not sure how it works, 100% sure, but I know you need to have a bunch of VPADs and stake them and rest of it, so you can get an allocation on a new project. Okay, so maybe this IDO or a project that's coming out for a private sale, you need, the more tokens you have on VPAD tokens, the more allocation you can get of this potential IDO token. So definitely also, and because it's influence backed, a lot of people that are launching projects, they want to go to VPAD to launch it because they do know that it's highly influenced, and a lot of influencers are going to talk of the potential projects that are getting launched on VPAD. So that's already marketing is absolutely everything also, guys. So VPAD, Ben, yeah, definitely a very, very good project for the future. All right, make sure to stay stay safe in the short term with the short-term volatility. Market could go down. You can invest in anything right now and you will get hit. If you are investing in a downtrend, this is the risk that you take, because best thing right now is dollar cost averaging down, because you are going to buy today and you will be in the red tomorrow, very, very likely. I mean, this is just, you're not going to buy the bottom. That is just not going to happen. You will buy it if you dollar cost average every single week. You can say, to your friends, look, this week, or 4 weeks ago, I bought the bottom, because you've been dollar cost averaging in. And, best strategy while you're going up, dollar cost average out, okay? So it's very hard to apply, I know. I have done nothing of that. I've just been, taking 10% profit, flipping altcoins. This is the way I do it. But the easiest strategy for a noob investor is dollar cost average into crypto on the way down, dollar cost average out, take profits on your way up. And it's the best way for someone that is new and that wants to play the safe game. I do all sorts. I just, take profits, all in, switch, this coin to that coin. And yeah, but basically because I'm every single day in front of the computers. But for someone that is not in front of the computers every single day, dollar cost average in on your way down, dollar cost average your way out on the way up. Never, what I think is wrong here in the crypto space is you got all of a huge bunch of influencers, okay, and I'm calling also myself calling for $100,000, calling for $200,000. People are really tied emotionally to their investment, thinking that okay, $100,000 is going to happen, in the next coming months potentially. So I'm going to hold to my bags on the way up and on the way down. And I think it's wrong. You should always take some profits, on your way up, because this is what happens. The 100K is cancelled maybe. It was cancelled for 2021. It's maybe cancelled for 2022. So, but it will reach there at some point, maybe 2023, maybe 2025. I know a lot of people want to make huge gains. Hi Andy, end of the world, says C. Lebret. No, it is not. I bought the dip and the dip keeps dipping. Yes, that's very true. Very, very true. That's going to happen. That is going to happen a lot now, guys. That happens a lot in the bear market. I started investing in 2018 and in crypto. And yeah, I started investing here in the bear market because I was already in stocks. Okay, I was already learning technical analysis in 2017, getting into stocks, starting investing into Amazon and all of these stocks. Then I got into I already heard about Bitcoin in 2015, but I just didn't pay attention to it. Once with this hype happened, I when a lot of people were talking about Bitcoin, Facebook, rest of it. Then I thought, okay, I'm going to learn about crypto, and I started investing right over here in this correction, knowing, okay, it is going down. And then this dip, but I was investing, just not even $100, not even $100 a week, okay, working 9-to-5 job, and starting investing only what I could afford. And basically this came and I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? These drops, okay, that was a 50% drop over there. And then, it was absolutely great. I understood that this, was going to have, supposedly a good future. I already knew about stock to flow in 2019, the projection move of Bitcoin going up to above $100,000 and going even higher. And yeah, basically this was fantastic. I was getting the feeling, because stocks and the rest of it was more boring. I was day trading also DAX 30, which was one of the most volatile markets. But crypto was insanely volatile. It was absolutely insane. And when I saw this run up, and I was already in profits from what I invested here, not much because I wasn't investing, tens of thousands of dollars. But I was already hooked to it. I was already hooked here to investing in crypto and learning about all these different altcoins and the rest of it. And so once you live, these crashes, and it is true because I entered into the bear market and into the bull market, I am very aware of potential bear market, okay? But like I said, they don't last forever. It is months in Bitcoin at the most and crypto before you have some type of rally. You do have rallies after these, after these dips. Even though you have a pretty nice relief rally over here, maybe hitting $45,000 in the next coming weeks, it might be followed in the next coming months of a major drop below $30,000. But, they're just going to be opportunities, guys. They're just going to be opportunities, just so you can forget all about this, nonsense of, Bitcoin is going to zero. I mean, 10,000. I did a video yesterday on the scenario of going down to 10,000. I think it's very, very unlikely, but it could happen. But don't think that will be the end of Bitcoin and crypto. that will be potentially the major start of a massive run up in the next coming years, and it will be an insane buying opportunity. A lot of people will make money if it does go down to those levels. I'm not sure if the institutions, the whales, are going to let the price of BTC go as down that low, because it will be an insane buying opportunity. I will be buying a huge amount of BTC if it were to go down to $10,000. I'll tell you that. Soon SP 500 pump. Maybe yes. Is it? Well, it is going down. It is going down. The thing is about the S&P 500, there's not too much, we haven't got too much support looking at this chart, okay? There is a big gap, like I showed you here, looking at the VPVR. I think we do have a solid floor at the 4,260 points. I don't need more indicators, but I do see a very good floor there. We might be getting a massive bounce at that level. Currently, it is dropping still. Yeah, just went below, slightly below the 4,300 points right now. So yeah, we don't really know if it's going to pump. We need a little bit of sideways action. We need some reaction. I mean, I think a good level where it could bounce is that $4,260 range. Okay, it's the very end of the point of control. Right, this level right there is 4,250, 60 points approximately. That is where you could get a massive relief bounce rally. My man Wachak, how you doing? What's up, Andy? Says Losif, how you doing? How's everyone? Andy, at least bring alt season for us. You're a whale, I know. I am definitely not a whale. Definitely not a whale. Best move I did. The only move that I did here was selling Metis. Okay, all the way up here. That was an insane move. I sold 50% of my Metis. Okay, just because of this wick, and I thought, okay, I'm really big in profit. It's starting to make a lower high, and yeah, absolutely incredible. This was kind of pure perfection. I wish I would have sold 100%, but you never do. You never buy the bottom and sell the exact top. But it was pretty good. It was a pretty good move. That was the only good move that I made, actually. So all of the rest of the cryptos, I'm holding them down. I'm holding them. Dragon Chain had a great pump to 15 cents. It's at 7 cents right now. Lost over 50% of the profit that I had on Dragon Chain, which is insane. So yeah, the only smart move I did was Metis, and which is good. I'm glad about that, because I bought Metis at $46. So yeah, that was the only smart move I did, actually. But yeah, got a bunch of USDT on the sidelines. I know a lot of people don't have, because a lot of people saying buy the dip, and a lot of people, in the comment sections on Twitter and rest of it saying, I haven't got any fiat to buy the dip. So, which is true. A lot of people already put on most of what they can invest into crypto already. Let me go here through the comment section. I think I have a super chat. Right. Latest video, is it the same thing? I didn't put the same thing on I got Mark Dutch saying, did I ask the same thing in the latest video on the last video, 36k or 30k? I think I didn't ask the same thing on the last video. Maybe yes. But anyway, what comes first? 37k. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to ask the poll again. Mark Dutch is saying I asked the same thing. First thing is 37k. I think a lot of people agree that 37k is going to come first. And then 30k. Lauren, how are you doing? We're going to 12,500. Trust me, says und. Right, I got someone here in the comment section that we are going to $12,000 BTC, 12.5k. That is going to be scary. That is definitely going to be scary if we do go down to those levels. But it will be a buying opportunity, guys. this is why, I mean, the thing is, why dollar cost averaging is such a good strategy is because of, nobody knows where the floor is. Nobody knows where the bottom is. So you have these bunch of cryptos, and I do have a good friend of mine that missed out totally buying Bitcoin, at these levels. He missed out totally because he always used to say, we are going to go lower, we are going to go lower, we are going to go lower. He never bought. He missed out completely this big run. So yeah, this is the thing. I was already buying over here. And he was saying always, we're going to go lower, we're going to go lower. I expect BTC to go much lower. It never happened. He never bought anything. Guess when he started buying? He started buying in 2021. He started investing in crypto in 2021, which is absolutely crazy. I thought, this is why dollar cost averaging is the best strategy, because you never know how low you can go. People were saying, we're going to 10K, we're going to 15K, we're going to 12K. It is all nonsense. We don't really know where we're going. What we do know is that it's very likely the market will recover at some point. So, you have $100, put $100 in today. Next week, we're trading at $28,000. Let's put another $100 in there. I'm talking $100 if you can 1,000, if you can 10,000. It's all depending on. I'm just saying $100 for the average retailer. Okay, and if it does go down to $25,000, another $100. Don't think, because I used to think like that back here. I used to think like that. Why didn't I sell my crypto here and buy here? Why didn't I wait and saved all of those dollars and bought all the way down here? Because you never know. You never know how low you're going to go. You're never going to catch the bottom. So, but at the end of the day, what I invested here was the best thing I could have done, in this run up. Was the best thing what I could have done, okay? So that is what you want to do, right? If we are entering that bear market, it's definitely an opportunity. If it's definitely an opportunity, if it's going to be a bear market in between this range, dollar cost averaging is the best thing you could do for the next year or 2 years or whatever it takes. Because at some point, 2024, 2025, 26, at some point, you are going to have that run up, and whatever you have dollar cost averaged into this zone, it will pay off. It will pay off in the next couple of years. That's it. Okay, now, I like to talk about investments also, how to invest in the crypto space, but it's also good. Basically, we're talking about trading also. We're talking about opportunities, what levels we can see resistance support. So, guys, definitely smash up that like button. I'm not sure, 184 likes, 450 watching. Thank you for the insane support. Smash up that like button, guys, if you're enjoying the live stream. Let's go through the comment section. There always is a year of accumulation before the big pump up. Just accumulate in that period. Yeah, exactly. This is also why I'm not buying just yet. I do not like a lot of people saying buy the dips offer buying, but you need to know what dips you need to get more aggressive in, okay? And like I said, the reason why I'm not buying here is because I don't see any signs of strength just yet. I don't see any sideways action. And I think just by looking at the charts, if we do have a recovery here, a fast one as well, if it's fast, it's not going to be good. It's very likely you're going to create a massive, higher low. And that is going to be just a big impulsive, move to go to lower levels, guys. I am starting to not lose hope, basically, but yes, in the immediate short term, let's go with the trend. Let's talk about the major resistance levels that we do have above us. It's not going to be easy. Bitcoin, any other crypto or any other asset needs an accumulation period to smash out from those resistance levels. So I don't think a V-shaped recovery is very unlikely. we either go, you know, slightly up and down, sideways, accumulate for a range if we do see any price action to the upside, or we either do something like this also and dip down. You know, V-shaped recoveries is just very, very unlikely. Where did you invest your 30%? USDC and USDT. USDT, if that is what you are referring to. Yeah, dollars, stable dollars, basically. Right, I got here Julia saying, do not invest, do not keep your paper money, invest in Dogecoin. Yeah, well, the reason why we are having these massive drops is because of Dogecoin and all of these, you know, NFTs and all of these meme coins. This is the reason why you have this massive washout. Okay, this is why Bitcoin could drop down to $20 or even $10,000, because there's just there's huge amount of silly coins out there and scams and you know, NFTs. The market just needs a nice big flush, get everyone, you know, extremely depressed, you would say, and that is the moment you want to step in. Right, I think Jas is saying, I think people who bought in the last couple of months are about to get absolute wrecked. Yeah, I mean, this is very, very true. It's very, very true. You're basically buying at the highs, okay? I mean, no one says this, but yeah, basically you are buying at very, very high levels. So, right, let me go here through the comment section. See what's going on. I'm just going to scroll down. I mean, the good thing is a lot of people here in the comment, not many people asking for altcoins, which is surprising. I think people know that, yeah, when Bitcoin goes down and also the dominance goes up, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do not take a look at altcoins, because if Bitcoin is dropping like the way it is, and we're having this few percentage, you know, pump on the Bitcoin dominance, yeah, it's absolutely insane. Metis DAO, you know, lost over 600% in the last week. Matter of fact, in the last 5 days. It's absolutely insane. Let me just take a look. Where's the ruler here? From the top, from this top, okay? From this top, which was on the 20th of January, all the way down here, it lost 63%. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. This drop, you know, in 4 days. Yeah, that's insane. Huge drop in just 4 days, and it obviously takes longer to pick up. Then, you know, the drops happen fast, guys. In a blink of an eye, you know, you might think, okay, I'm gonna hold it, and you know, before you know it, you're down 80%, and then you think, okay, shall I sell now? And then no, obviously it is not a good idea. But anyway, it's hard, guys. I know it's hard. Andy, your lives are a real lesson. Congrats. Thank you very much, Headshot. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of people new into crypto. You learn every day. I learn every single day. I've just been in crypto from 2018. I've gone through the bear market, halfway of the bear market, been through this bull run. And yeah, we need to take, you know, obviously new investors need to be protected. I hope we go to 20K so I can buy cheap. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. That is very good. Evo, that is very good. I mean, this is the thing. Yeah, don't be scared of lower levels, okay? Don't be scared of lower levels. The people that are scared, if you're scared and if you're, you know, if you're depressed, it's because you've invested more than you're willing to lose. And yeah, unfortunately, that is what most of the people do, okay? They do put a big bag. Usually they invest slightly more than what they can afford to lose, right? That's what usually happens. And but yeah, try not get overexposed right now, because it could come lower, guys. It could come lower. When it gets bloody, and it gets real bloody. And the reason why I talked about the volume scenario today, guys, is because it could happen. I mean, it could happen. The capitulation phase hasn't happened yet. All right, because of the volume. Volume here, we want to see high volume when spikes in volume on the weekly. And I did get a comment saying, yes, but the difference from the examples that I'm giving is that it only happened in 1-2 weeks. These 50% drops only happened in 1-2 weeks. It is true. It is true. Right there. It's only happened in 1-2 weeks with the massive spike in volume. And this one's been over 4 or 5, 8 weeks or something like that, approximately. It is true. But that's the scary part, that maybe this was just, the whales distributing slowly and consistently before getting the massive drop to absolutely exterminate everybody, get everybody absolutely insanely scared, and then they start accumulating. Okay, it is possible because the best example from that comment is back in 2018, the peak of the market. You did have a spike in volume here, but all of this downside, okay, with these lower highs, you did find a nice floor. It was with very low volume, very low volume right there. Also going down, maybe sideways, maybe a relief rally. That is what's going to happen potentially in the next coming weeks. Also very low volume till you have that, that capitulation event. Okay, so maybe, sideways action, low volume still, till you have that massive big spike and then that massive big dump, okay? And that, if that happens, guys, it will be the moment to step in. That's a very clear sign that the bottom is in or very close to being in, okay? And, I just need these 3 examples, okay? You do have a spike in volume here, but this was at the very top. These are, let me just show you the examples from the drops, and that's what we're looking at. That's what we're waiting for, potentially a massive big drop. And if it does happen with high volume on the weekly, very similar to the other ones, it's usually a sign that you are very close to the bottom. You're close to the bottom there. You definitely hit a bottom in March of 2020, and you also was bottoming out close to the bottom in May of 2020, also after the spike there. So if that spike in volume happens, you get absolutely scared, absolutely, you get scared basically because of this drop. That will potentially be the sign of one of the best levels to buy in. If you do have that spike in volume, it will be a potential clear sign that the bottom is in or very close to being in. Let me go through the comment section. Sandbox. Let's take a look at Sandbox. Why not? Let's take a look at some altcoins. Why not? I don't even take a look at altcoins. I'm basically focused on Bitcoin, Ethereum. Not even taking a look that much at Ethereum, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, SP 500. I like to take a look at SP 500 because it's definitely S&P 500 is the traditional stock. If S&P 500 has massive drops, Bitcoin will follow. We're gaining a little bit of a big bounce right now. We are all the way down to 4,270 on the S&P 500. Let's take a look here at the chart on the S&P. We basically just about hit those levels. Almost. Let me just take a look here. It did on this chart right there. It did on this chart. We basically hit the major support level, getting a bounce right now. The lows is 4,263 points. So we did reach, we finally did drop. Okay, there was no bounce coming anytime soon. We finally fell down to this, basically this point of control where we do have, a lot of support there. Resistance here. You do have some support here. The very last point here was about the 4,261 points there. And yeah, we were basically at that range. Now the S&P does have a chance of having a big bounce from this level. which could be followed by Bitcoin. Bitcoin could follow this potential bounce. Sandbox, it's sitting at a major support, at a major level right now. If we do lose this level, which is very, very likely in my opinion, we would come down to our next big major support level, which is the $1.80. Let me just extend this all the way down, all the way here. The reason why this is a big major level is because of volume, okay? Volume is super important. This is when the hype started at the end of October. The big money was investing there. Big money was starting to invest in metaverse once we had that Meta advertisement, or Facebook advertisement changing to Meta. Big investors invested here. That's why the volume was absolutely insane. What happened afterwards? You got all of these retailers pumping the price right there. No volume at all. It was distributed volume to the upside, because it's when you find out that this is going to be absolutely insane. And most likely scenario is that, these big players have been distributing all the way here. It does make sense. It does make sense that that happened, right? The big volume there. So these people that invest down here could defend this level potentially. It could be defended because of the high interest that was at this level. And you can only see that with volume, basically. Big spikes in volume there. You're definitely having that reaction right now there. There is some reaction here looking at the daily. Couple of day reactions there. It might be lost because of the current market sentiment. And next major level is that, $1.80, $2 range, where you do have the biggest point of volume there. Biggest level here with massive wicks. You did get supported nicely once. That would be the next major level. You might find a floor at that range. Yeah, dropping from here to $1.80 would be, a 30-40% drop. So yeah, it's still a major. No, sorry, about a 30% drop. So yeah, buying here is crazy, guys. Only in my opinion, my personal opinion, I want to see the price going flat. I want to see the selling pressure getting exhausted. Not here, because this is this is a cascade. If a lot of people that haven't bought today, if it sees it dropping lower, then saying, okay, I'm out, I'm selling. And this is why you can have that chain reaction. And this is why it's super risky to buy at these levels or long at these levels. I want to see some signs of bottoming out. Monday Fed hits the reversal switch. Okay. Is that reversing? We're going back to the upside. Crypto Alchemist. Bernard, let me know in the comment section. Check VET. Let's take a look at VeChain. I just a blind guess. Summer lows. Yeah, well below the summer lows. Ouch. That is really painful. Really painful to see VeChain dropping below summer lows, as you can see. Very strong support level. Totally lost. It is not looking good at all. We could come, as low as 3.5 cents for VeChain. Is to have some nice reaction here on the price. It seems like it's there's a very blank space here, which is could come all the way down to that 3.5 cents easily. I'm not trying to. We're not trying to catch any falling knife here. This is just straight down. We are seeing some reaction, not just one candle there, but it's coming straight back down again. Yeah, guys, stay cautious. No signs of stopping. No signs of stopping for a lot of the cryptos. VeChain is one of them. It's the same when you're going up. Same when you're going up here. Look at this when you're going up. No signs of stopping, right? No signs of stopping here. So yeah, when you go down, it's the same thing. Next major support level is the 3.5 cents. I still have a lot of VeChain. I sold 20% of my VeChain before the drop in what was it, April, I think, April, May. I did a video on, you know, the distribution. A lot of people are already talking about it, but yeah, I definitely was insanely in big profits. VeChain has been one of my best investments. I bought VeChain in March of 2020 and got it at, you know, a fraction of a penny. And yeah, I'm still holding a lot of that bag actually, still insanely in profit. And I only sold 20%, round about the 18 cent level. 18 cent, only 20%. Which is, I obviously got my investment back and really insanely good profits, but I wish I would have sold, you know, 100% of it. But that never happens, never happens. Always take profits. And Wednesday, Thursday, we go higher after Fed statement. Okay, so we got the statement of Wednesday and Thursday. I think also it is possible, all depending, we need to try and react to that news. But maybe they are going to say that then, you know, interest rates are not going up anytime soon. We want to put interest rates up. It might happen in Q3 of 2022 or Q2. And maybe it's going to be pretty good for the next few weeks. Okay, people might react to that thinking, okay, interest rates are really close to zero. Inflation's still up. It will be interesting to see what happens on Wednesday, Thursday after the Fed statement. Thanks for letting me know, Caesar. Right. Really poor quality transmission. Keep cracking up. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Chainlink. I have someone here asking for Chainlink. Right, let's take a look at Chainlink straight away. Let's smash up that like button also, guys. Is it over 266 right now? Absolutely fantastic. Make sure to smash up that like button. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Why not? Chainlink is retesting the summer lows. Right, this is it. This is my last hope for Chainlink. Like I said, we're retesting the summer lows. That's it. There's nothing. I did talk about Chainlink worst case scenario over here at $25, $24. Remember, we were talking about this insane support level, and I'm saying, you know, I was saying worst case scenario in my opinion for Chainlink is coming to retest the summer lows. Right, we are here. We are here right now. For me personally, I'm going to say it's a buying zone. I am heavily invested in Chainlink. Heavily invested. So yeah, I mean, it's just not. We might lose. It could lose this low, but I don't think it's going to go much lower than the summer lows. We could lose that this low and then find a floor at the next major level, which would be $8-9, where we did see a nice floor. I mean, it would be absolutely crazy if we came to the lows of 2020. It would be insanely crazy. This is the lows of 2020. I don't think we will. If we do reach that level, it's going to be very, very fast. But you know, that level in between $8 and $14 will be the ultimate level, in my opinion, for accumulation on Chainlink. I still have all of my Chainlink that I started accumulating from early 2019. Early 2019 was when I started accumulating Bitcoin Chainlink. So Chainlink, worst case scenario, in my opinion, and you know, worst case scenario was that low, that summer low. But looking at the market, you know, expect the unexpected. 2020 lows would be my ultimate low bottom for Chainlink for an accumulation event. I already see Chainlink at a great discount right now. That's a great buy, definitely a great buy right now. Right, what's going on? We have a lot of banning in here. A lot of banning in here. What's going on, guys? Oh my goodness, what's going on? A lot of deleted comments. Filecoin, please, Andy. Evo, let's do that. Let's do Filecoin straight away. Let's do Filecoin straight away and see what's going on. Absolutely insane. Filecoin. Ouch, ouchie, ouchie. Extremely oversold. I mean, this is a total market cycle. We have no idea if we are going to bottom out here on Filecoin or not. It's still going down exponentially. Absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. We need to go sideways for a long time on Filecoin. There's no TA here needed. No TA needed here. We're basically just losing this range. We had a very nice floor right there. We are currently losing that range. Next major goods floor level is this one right over here from the July and September lows. There's a good floor right there. We could be ranging in between those levels for the next few weeks actually. And I'm talking about, you know, a lot. I see this doing sideways action in between $14 and $20 for several weeks. It might be a good accumulation zone. Let's just wait and see. This is trying to catch a falling knife. The shit coins are going to zero, says Kent. Well, not to zero, but a lot of them will go close to zero. A lot of them will go close to zero. There's only going to be a bunch of them that are going to survive. I'm not sure. You know, I remember looking at in 2018, the top 20 coins, a lot of them, you know, a lot of them weren't here. Polkadot was not here. Dogecoin was not here. I think it actually was in the top 20. I'm not sure right now. Avalanche was not in the top 20 back in 2018. I'll tell you that. Polygon wasn't even existing yet. Polygon started in 2019, if I'm not wrong. Nano was here. Nano was in the top 10. It was ranked number 7. Nano coin. Where's Nano right now? I mean, what I want to say here is that a lot of the coins are just going to fall down. A lot of the coins also in the top 20 or the top 50. Nano's ranked 182 right now. Yeah, Nano coin. This was once. It's 318 million. This coin right over here, that's ranked 182 right now on CoinGecko, was in the top 10. So this is what is going to happen. You know, a lot of good projects are going to start flipping the top 20, and a lot of the top, you know, some of them in the top 20 are just going to fall down. One of them is going to be Dogecoin, I think. Dogecoin, XRP potentially. XRP, I mean, XRP has been in the top 10 for ages. I mean, it's really strong holding position. Shiba Inu, Cosmos is great. I mean, it's very hard to know. I mean, Chainlink has been losing position. Chainlink was in the top 10 for quite a long time. Phantom will be gaining, will be climbing up. I think Phantom will be in the top 20 in the near future. It's just, I mean, this is just looking at, I mean, you need to take a look at good projects. Told you S&P would pump today. Well, yeah, obviously it has to pump something, right? It has to pump something. It has to have some relief rally. Come on, it needs to have a relief rally. Look at this. It's just absolutely crazy. It's just going down. So some relief rally it has to happen, right? Nothing falls down forever, even though in capitulation events it does. But we did go to about the 4,260 points. Looking at that, looking at this level here on the S&P, getting a pretty nice bounce. You know, let's take a look at the 4-hourly. So yeah, what's happening with Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin going to have that relief rally? Guys, this is what we're taking a look at, okay? We're taking a look at Bitcoin getting that relief rally. Let's see if we manage to get that relief rally all the way up to 37.5, 38.5 range. And that is the moment where we're going to have massive resistance. We're going to have a huge amount of resistance. Okay, so yeah, we definitely need to find a potential short opportunity. I'm going with the trend. I don't want to fight the trend, guys. Let's see if that happens in the next coming days. Make sure, it's a way to support the channel. On Prime XBT, you get the best bonus available. You get 7% added to your deposit on Prime XBT. And on Bybit, you get up to $4,100 worth of bonus. You get the links down below, all the information there, and also the tutorials for both of the platforms. Full tutorials of over half an hour explaining you how to use these platforms. This is only for experienced traders. Don't use too much leverage. You'll get absolutely wrecked in this volatile market. Play the game safely. Check out Bitcoinsensus website, guys. You got the latest news and technical analysis. Russian crypto ban bill rejected by political executives and more. Make sure to read this article, guys. I know there was a lot of rumors on Russia banning crypto again, I guess. You got this article in the Bitcoinsensus website, okay? Totally free information. Make sure to follow us, follow all our socials, okay? And yeah, thank you very much for the insane support. Andy, for link, where would you enter a buy on it? Definitely, it's very difficult. I would have to see some sideways action on Chainlink, okay? A little bit of sideways action on Chainlink. We could lose those summer lows slightly, but I think we are very close to find, definitely a good buying opportunity right now. Definitely a good buying opportunity, in my opinion, for the mid-long run. Let's quick look at Bitcoin. It's having that relief rally with these bullish divergence. Let's see if we pump more. The more we pump, the better a potential short entry, in my opinion, will be, okay? Thank you, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash up that like button, and yeah, I will